great day to be a coyote. Welcome, Coyote Nation, to another episode of Back to Pack Podcast, where we are going to be bringing you all of your favorite games, memories, and of course, discussion with our fellow coyotes. As a disclaimer, we have no affiliation to the University of South Dakota. This is a podcast ran by fans for fans. The ideas and comments do not represent the university. Our opinions are our own. Be sure to find us on Twitter at BackToPackSD. With that being said, let's jump in. What's going on, gentlemen? We got a full crew right away to start right here.
We do.
What a great show, guys. I'm feeling real good.
It's a great show. We had a great weekend. We got a big show tonight. We have a special guest. We got a lot going on. Things are trending
going on
in the right direction here, fellas.
I tell you what. Go ahead and introduce our guest here, man.
Yeah, I mean, what better way to announce the winner of the beef raffle than having the legend himself on the show with us? So, welcome to the show, Trevor. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Well,
man, this is perfect because it's the literally opening day of basketball season. So this is perfect.
This is like Christmas Day for me.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, welcome in. We got people coming in the comments. Jake, your wife's already in here.
Wow. I'm actually surprised Matt's not here yet. So we're waiting for that one.
Yeah, where's Yote fan? Maybe they're at the game.
Maybe
game's up. Yeah.
There's a good chance we're gonna have some folks that are at the game tonight. That's a good excuse to miss the show.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
I don't blame him on that one. I will say though, just kind of want to do this little overshadow of the weekend, but how nice is it that one day can change the entire mood of two fan bases?
Yeah. That's
there's the crew.
That's exactly right.
There we go.
There we go. Now the comments are flying in right on cue. But
yeah, Matt, go Yotes, go Yotes. Ray wants the beef.
Yep. Yeah,
let's go.
But you're right, Jake. I mean, Saturday going into the game, we talked about it. Backs against the wall. UND's the hottest team in the country coming in, and all of a sudden, Sunday, it's the script's completely flipped. The UND fans are wondering what's going on. We're wondering what's going on for the exact opposite reason. Hell of a weekend.
Well, and then, I mean, outlook just in the state alone has changed drastically. Mm-hmm. So, you know what? This is good. I'm loving it.
Okay, here we go. Sarah's trolling us. Here we go. The show starts at 8:34. Yeah, exactly.
And we need to figure out a better way to do these pictures because every time we pull a comment up now, it just covers Trevor up completely on the screen.
That's usually Grant, but Trevor's in that spot tonight.
Typically, it's me. I was going to say that's.
We need to move people around.
That's right.
All right, but
let's do this.
We have a show for you guys, or what tonight? This one is going to be it's going to be a long one. So for the ones that ride it out the whole way, we definitely appreciate you sticking through. But I think we all know why they're here.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And we have a lead to keep here, guys. Looking at the Alex's Lemonade stand. That's what this is for, right? And we are 15,344. Jack's, they caught up, but hey, tonight's all about the beef raffle, and that's where putting us over the edge here in the number one spot still. They're at 13,452.
Yep. Yeah. Last little push from the weekend and all the beef raffle stuff. I was able to upload almost $2,000, and that really pulled us away again. We're going to keep it. Let's just keep it arm's length away. Make life easy. But
let's go.
We got one of our fundraisers coming to a close for this, and we wouldn't have been able to do this without our amazing sponsor, Trevor, and his family on the farm donating half of a cow. Absolutely, probably the biggest prize ever given out in FCS Nation's Alex's Lemonade Stand Challenge.
It's got to be. Got to be.
Biggest physically and monetarily. I mean, it's a big prize. So, but
it is.
But yeah, we appreciate the heck out of it, Trevor. It's been a lot of fun. People have been really excited about it. I guess we probably wouldn't be doing our due diligence if we didn't let Trevor kind of introduce himself for folks who don't know him, which has got to be a very small percentage of folks who watch this show. But Trevor, if you want to, I guess, kind of introduce yourself / talk about Gruis Farms in general. Like I said, I know we've been blasting it out, but definitely want to give you your platform to kind of to hit on that, of course.
Yeah, no, this was exciting. It was kind of random when I first reached out to Jake. I was following along on the fan page and I saw the raffle, and I kind of, to be honest, just kind of loosely was following along. I knew what it was about. And then I reached out to him. I was like, hey, can we donate? And Jake's like, yeah, just click the link and you can donate money. And I was like, no, I want to make like a raffle or do something to like raise some more money for it. So that's kind of how it started. I've talked to Coach Peterson and a couple different guys. It's kind of weird to donate beef, but I guess we're in South Dakota / Minnesota. So I think it does play well on the crowd and everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I was 2014 graduate of USD, played basketball there for 4 years, from Ellsworth, Minnesota. So just hour and a half from Verm, straight east of Sioux Falls. Ended up marrying my wife, Sydney, who played volleyball there for 4 years as well. She's the best athlete in the family. So I got to give her flowers too. But yeah, now back and forth between Sid was from the Twin Cities area, and we actually have a place up here in the Twin Cities, and I still go back to the farm every week. And in the off season and stuff, I'm just trying to drum up some more direct to consumer sales, I guess. And it's been spreading by word of mouth up here in the Twin Cities quite a bit. And everybody's like, well, you should start a website, you should make it official. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to make a website or do any of that stuff. So slowly but surely we've been getting through that. And now we do have a website, and I'd like to keep donating to things like this. And obviously donating back to the Yotes is something I'm passionate about. Like I mentioned, it's a little unorthodox to be donating beef for sports, but here we are.
Dude, I love this so much because, guys, when this was first announced on our show, I remember thinking back to our college days. I know we talked about Trevor that episode and stuff too, but like it really was a blast from the past because I remember Trevor tearing it up in the dome.
That was many moons ago, I feel like.
I was debating if I should tell this story. I don't know, Trevor, if you like this or not. Maybe I should have told you before.
Go for it.
Live on it, so buckle in. But one of my favorite stories, because I was at USD the same time you were. I graduated in 2013. But me and my buddies, all my roommates, we had an apartment in Vermilion together, and we'd go to all the basketball games, right? And when you were a freshman, I think, if I remember, you got quite a bit of playing time as a freshman.
He did. He darn near had a double-double, I think, one of those games.
Yeah. And I remember one of your first games you got in, and we were like watching. We're like, this guy's huge. Like, I can see the potential, but man, this guy's got a lot of work to do. In one of these first two games, and you fast forward, and literally didn't take long, maybe a year and a half, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, this guy rules. This guy is so much fun to watch. So I had to tell you that story because I distinctly remember sitting in the stands, like, oh man, this guy's big, but he's got to get some minutes in here. But he'll be all right.
My first collegiate shot, to prove your point, was we played at Nebraska down in Lincoln, and I don't know. Basically, my freshman year, I just ran around and set screens for Louis and Charlie Westbrook. So I got my garbage points on rebounds, which is great, whatever. But my first shot attempt in college, I was wide open, pick and roll, nothing to it. I was like, oh, 2 points right here. I laid it up. This big guy just comes and beats it off the glass. And I swear it like hit half court before it landed. He smacked that somewhere out. I was like, oh, this is college.
Welcome to college, right?
That's awesome. Hey, did you rock the all red Adidas shoes too?
I did.
That's what I remember about you. I was rocking those all reds.
Awesome.
We were just talking with my buddies in a group chat now that they switched sponsorships, and we were kind of all chirping them that we like the Adidas shoes, but I'm sure everybody appreciates the Nike.
That's awesome. I love it. Speaking of Gruis Farms, I'm pulling up your just a snippet of your webpage here. I think it's really well done. I know you said you didn't know how to make it, but I think it turned out real well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Definitely took some stumbling, and there's a lot more to building a website than I ever imagined, but between Google and talking to people, you can get some things figured out. So it's still a work in progress, but yeah, it's up and running for now, and obviously ever improving. So
love it.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Any other stories, Grant, and any other college stuff?
Gosh, not that I can think of, just other than a lot of time sitting in wooden bleachers in the Dakota Dome, watching basketball. what I look back fondly on now, but what a unique, just quirky way to watch basketball.
Mhm.
Dude.
Honestly, I loved it. That was,
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a home court advantage. I mean,
Yes.
especially for
Mhm.
shooters. Obviously, for me, I wasn't a big guy, so it didn't much matter. But like, if you're a shooter and had to figure out that depth perception and stuff from not having anything
Yes.
behind the hoops,
Dude,
I mean,
horrible.
definitely a thing.
Grant, you guys didn't play in there, did you, for Vermilion?
No.
No.
We did football. We played there, but no basketball. We just played at the high school. So, but yeah, I mean, we talk about it in football where if you're not used to playing in domes, that depth perception thing, especially for wide receivers, can kind of throw it off. Like take that times 50 for basketball, right? Like you hear guys talk about that in the, even like March Madness, if they end up playing in an arena where they talk about that's really hard to play in. So you're 100% spot on. I think we stole some victories in the Dakota Dome back in the day on some few games that maybe we shouldn't have won because of that.
Yeah, so we had 2 district high school games in there one year, Grant, and I tell you what, the depth perception, so you mentioned that, Trevor, that is awful for shooters, by the way. Like shooting from the 3-point line, you have no idea. And then secondly, the court is so much bigger than a high school court. So like you run to half court, you think you're already at the other end, and you're like, oh, I'm only at half court. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I remember that from high school too. We played a couple games up at Southwest Minnesota State over Christmas break every year, and you'd go up there a day or two before, and coaches would do some conditioning, and you'd just be like
gassed.
Yeah,
like it's like halftime, and you feel like it's the end of the game. It's like, what is going on here?
Nothing's worse than playing at Wyoming, though. That was.
Where do they have a? What do they have like for their stadium? Is it like a arena style?
It's kind of similar. I don't know if you guys ever remember what the Sanford Sports Complex was like supposed to be kind of dug down into a bowl, more or less. That's what they have out in Wyoming, but like literally signs all over campus. And like when you're walking into the facilities and the locker rooms, they just don't quote me on the actual elevation, but they're like, welcome to 10,000 feet. They just blast that all over. And like, it's no joke when you're up there and you're not used to it. So,
oh yeah,
for sure. All right, Gruis Farms, Trevor, got to tell us a little bit more about the family farm, kind of what makes it unique and what you guys do there.
Yeah, small family farm, Southwest Minnesota. It's my dad, my brother, and myself primarily work on it. My uncle comes back every once in a while and helps us out in the spring and fall when we're busy. So I mean, definitely family owned. We have about 100 head of cows that we calve out every year. Take them out all summer long and pasture and all that good stuff. And we bring them home and feed them all the corn that we raise ourselves. So we're from pasture to plate, as they say, and we get them butchered at the Ellsworth Locker. Local kid, I was best friends with him in high school. So kind of small world, and they have a very well-known butcher shop there. And yeah, just all that good stuff. Small family farm. And it's just high quality meat, not to toot my own horn, but out of everybody that's purchased meat from us, I've never had a customer not repeat. So we are pretty proud of that. And I think that speaks to the quality of meat that we raise. And I know there's a lot of triggers in the politics today or taglines of beef and imports and all that. Not going to go down that rabbit hole, but all born, raised, and processed within 7 miles of our family farm. So that's kind of what we hang our hat on, and
absolutely
just like to share that with everybody else. So,
all right, one question: do you have row crops too? The reason I ask is because we had farm too, and growing up we had about 40 head of cattle, but we'd always do the silage, and the absolute best smell in the dead of winter is when you go in with the tractor and scoop up a bucket full of silage and it's still warm in there.
Oh, hands down. I still haven't figured out like they might have it now, but like a silage.
It sounds weird, but if you know, you know.
Right. A silage smelling like car freshener, I'd have unlimited stock.
Literally the best. I would totally eat that.
Yeah. But no, we have row crops. We're primarily corn and soybeans, and then we do a little bit of cover cropping and stuff like that. So
okay.
Yeah. Corn silage, there's nothing better.
Love it.
Love it. Fantastic. Well, I will say too, just one quick comment about this. I think for whoever ends up winning this raffle, they're going to be, to your point, Trevor, if they're not like tuned in with beef quality.
Mhm.
Pasture to plate is so much different than what most people are getting at the stores and supermarkets and stuff like that. So I'm really hoping my dad wins because I will definitely be benefiting from that. But
I can send you
assuming it's not, I really enjoy what you guys do and how you guys do it. Just from going through your website and everything. So big shout out and kudos to you guys because it's not easy. It's not the easy way to do it. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate that. And actually, another small connection that Yote fans might appreciate. I'm sure everybody remembers Louis Krogman, teammate for 2 years, I think, if I'm correct on that. This is our 6th or 7th year. We feed out some cattle as well, and we've been buying Krogman's heifers for the last 7 years. So,
oh, nice.
Obviously, those are semi-locally raised, or that whole connection too. And Louis' wife, her family owns Charolais bulls, and those are the bulls that we use on our stock cows. So there's a big USD circle kind of on the farm.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Great. That's great.
Yeah, White River legend, by the way.
Yeah,
Louis legend. That's right.
Louis legend. That's right.
We're just out there on Sunday and got the girls home. So
that's awesome.
Nice.
All right. I think we do what everybody's here for now.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And hey, while you're loading this, I just want to say too, this beef raffle raised $2,340. So Trevor, between you and Jake and the team here and everybody that donated, appreciate everything because every dollar counts here in this competition, and it couldn't go to a better cause with childhood cancer research.
Absolutely. No, this one, I think it takes the cake for the most interesting fundraiser for Alex's Lemonade Stand so far, but it was an absolute blast. My meticulous note taking to keep track of every single person is down there. We ended up selling 189 raffle tickets to get to that 2,340. So we're ready to rock. I'm going to flip the screen here. So let's make sure this shows up properly. By the way, the Coyotes have men's basketball team has taken the lead. They're up 44-40 with 13 minutes left. So
they couldn't buy a bucket to start the game.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So this is my scientific way of picking the winner. Can you see it properly?
Hold on, we got Tyler in here. This wheel looks fancy. Is it gonna work?
I think he's referring to the wheel on the first slide that you just had up.
We got the official wheel. It's got all the names on it, by the way.
This has every single name, every entry in it. So this is how we're doing it. 189. And as a reminder, if somebody that bought 10 tickets wins the first quarter, I am going to sort these out and clear out all their other names so they cannot win the second one. But without further ado, I am going to hit this button. Let's find our first winner.
Can you blow it up a little bit, or is it blown up?
Yeah, we're all hypnotized, Matt.
Okay, you're good.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. All right, so Dylan G is our first one here. And that actually is a family of the guest strings.
Oh, nice. All right. All right.
So congratulations to Dylan on this. But that was in a bundle. So we will sort this one out. So give me, that's a cool button. Remove all instances, but hold on. Let me just get everything else cleared out here.
Verify.
Okay. I got to keep my meticulous notes going so I don't forget. Obviously, it is already recorded, so I can just come back to the recording. But
oh my goodness.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we sorted it that way. I thought we were sorting. There we go. Well, give me a second. There's a few names I have to find on here to make sure I do this correctly.
All the guest strings come out.
Yeah. It's high tech here, but I felt like this was probably the easiest way to.
That's wiping out quite a few. That's good for everybody else.
Yes, it's going to increase everybody else's chance here.
Win for everybody's opportunities here. So mathematically, we did it correct. All right, time to get the second winner of the quarter beef here. So we'll go ahead and shuffle that up, make sure we're nice and unorganized, and let's do her again.
Let's go.
I see a comment, but I'm not sure if I can type yet.
All right, and the second winner is Marla M.
Marla M. Let's go. Yeah, we'll take a look at that comment here for you, for Trevor.
And here's the kicker: Marla only bought 3 tickets, so a heck of a
Oh,
win for
good
her on that
investment.
one.
Nice. That's
Yes,
very
that is a big win. And
very efficient.
Yeah.
very efficient. So this is for Trevor. Jake, while you're making notes, do you guys ship, and how long is typical wait for shipping?
Yes, we do have the ability to ship depending on where you live. Obviously, that can get a little bit more expensive, but within reason, that's all included on the shipping. I can get more in detail privately, but yes, we do ship. I do deliver, like Sioux Falls specifically. I'll just deliver it over there if we can meet centrally in Sioux Falls. Typical wait time after ordering. So for instance, these cattle go into the butcher tomorrow, and then it's 2 weeks after that they will be ready. And if it's shipped, I have to ship on a Monday or a Tuesday, just so that it gets there during the week. We don't want to ship over a weekend.
Sure, that makes sense.
So if it's shipping, it could be into the 3rd week after the animal's processed. So,
and you guys are starting that, I guess, that's seasonally? Would that be this coming like month or in the next month or two?
For the butcher spots?
Yep.
Yes. So we do have some that will be tailing into November, and then we will probably have a gap until March, April timeframe before we have some ready again.
Okay.
And then sorry, as far as ordering, as I assume everything still goes through the website, is still the best way to facilitate that, correct?
Yes. I'm learning slowly. I need to make people go to the website because I still do it all over texting or Facebook. So
yeah.
And everybody keeps
that's true. If you have Trevor's phone number, just shoot him a text and you'll have beef. No problem.
Yeah.
That's my preferred method, but everybody's like, it'll make your life easier if you use the website. Like,
right.
All right. So last question: is there bundles, or what does that look like roughly?
Yes and no. Bundles are coming in the future because most people don't have deep freezes.
Right.
But there's some caveats on where you can get the animals butchered to offer bundles. So you have to go to a state inspected butcher shop.
Okay.
And our butcher shop is inspected, but it's not state inspected. So there's just some labeling things that I'm working around. I would say for the people that want a bundle, I offer 8ths. An 1/8 of a beef is going to be roughly 60 to 65 pounds of meat, which that's not a ton. That would fit in a quarter technically fits in a upright refrigerator freezer. If you have nothing else in there, you can get it packed in there. So an 1/8 should fit in there with some other stuff. So that's what I'm doing for now. I'm hoping this spring that we will be full-fledged bundles, but I need to iron out the details of my butcher shop. So
nice. Well, we're hoping that this will raise some awareness in Coyote Nation too, and hopefully get some more orders from this. And obviously appreciate your donation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. I'm super pumped that it raised $2,300. I think that's absolutely great. And yeah, maybe down the road we can keep doing it. When does the raffle or the contest technically end?
So that is a great question. I'm going to verify because let's see here. I believe it's January.
Okay. Yeah, it's right before the national championship in January, I believe.
Okay.
Which
they give
the website
award
does
before the national championship. I'm not sure what the cutoff is. Obviously, they have to do some sort of count right before that. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm guessing it's probably pretty close up to that.
Yeah.
So the website does say till January 11th of 2026.
Okay.
But isn't the championship before that? So
like the 4th or 5th or something.
Yeah, we can
isn't
get some clarity around that.
I was just out of curiosity, but yeah.
No, that's a great question. So,
but yes, to your point though, Trevor, a lot of time left for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you again so much, Trevor. The last thing we'll ask from you now is what are your expectations for USD men's and women's, if you can throw it in there, basketball this season?
I'm always optimistic for the Yotes. They were picked 5 preseason. I don't ever put a lot of weight in preseason polls because they're usually only worth the paper they're written on. But
agreed.
Talking to Coach Peterson last weekend, got a few minor injuries right now. Really young. I know they want to get up and down and press, but like watching the beginning of this game, if you can't buy a bucket, you can't press. So that's what I was mentioning. But I think they're going to be scrappy, and I think they're going to be pretty solid. And I think a lot of teams are going to not want to play them on the schedule just for the style of play, which I think is going to be fun to watch. It can get a little sloppy at times, but no, I think Coach Peterson, it'll be a different style. Big guy Cam Fens, he's down like, I don't know how many pounds they said. So he's cut some weight to hopefully keep up with the pace of play. Obviously, I'm a little partial to the big guys. So
right.
A couple cheap fouls early. These stinking refs, they just want to express their dominance early in the season. So they pick on the big guys. So.
Yep, exactly how it goes. We need a lot more Cam slams. That's for sure.
Yep, Cam slam.
It's good to have him back.
And Press Dakota. That's our new nickname, Press Dakota. This is year 2 running that full court press.
That's right.
Yeah, no, and like you said, it's an exciting style, but it can create havoc both ways. I mean,
it does.
But no, I think the tops, St. Thomas is going to be, whether you like to admit it or not, they're going to be a tough out. Obviously, South Dakota State, they always reload and are competitive. So, but I think it'll take a couple games for these guys to get their rotations and what combos work together in the games because they're playing close to 10 guys. So
yeah, and a bunch of new guys again. So for sure.
No, but I think they'll have a solid squad, and being picked 5th is definitely not bad. So, and the women, they opened up a can of.
I don't know if there was an opponent against them in that game.
Right. I don't think that was a great measuring stick, but
no, but a good warm up.
Right. I mean, you gotta put up 100 points. So
right.
Exactly. Absolutely. And only on 4 3-pointers. So
yeah,
very impressive interior offense.
Yes. A lot of layups.
Right. Couch at bingo. Every Ellsworth homecoming or town celebration, we have cow pie bingo, and it's a big hit. So,
there you go.
There you go, Matt.
We could get that. We could get that rolling.
We got time. We got a couple months.
I know a couple guys that know how to facilitate one of those. So
that's a unique skill set, to say the least, right? I should say, sorry, before we let Trevor get out of here, we should probably ask him the guest question that we always ask everybody, right? I mean,
absolutely.
We're going to put you on the spot here, Trevor, a little bit, but before we let every guest leave, we always ask, what is your favorite or the go-to place to eat in Vermilion? As far as your favorite restaurant when you were living in Vermilion or now, right? We can do it either way. Dealer's choice for you.
I was going to say that was going to be my caveat. It's changed a lot since I was there.
No doubt.
Yeah.
My heart got ripped out that Mexico Viejo was closed. So also.
That
was a solid one.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to go fancy red, generic. I was kind of a cafe brulee guy, actually.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Solid brunch on the weekend. The cake balls. I'll probably pick that. Or the Wimps, all you could eat spaghetti. But I hear they're kind of in uncharted territory right now, right? They're not open.
Yeah, they might be temporarily closed, I think. But Wimps is a spot too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go with cafe brulee or Wimps.
Solid.
What about you guys?
Yeah, those are solid.
Go to
Silk Road.
Me and my wife's at Silk Road. Yeah.
Silk Road is good.
But it's hurting because they're closed they're only doing takeout right now, which hurts because that used to be my go-to spot after games too.
Yeah, I'd say Cafe Brulee or Brick House, and they're the same ownership, so you can't go wrong either way. But Cafe Brulee is so good.
My 2 roommates, Steve Tecker and Brandon Boss, they were big. Was it Asian buffet over by Walmart? It was only there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one was fantastic.
They just loved that place because you could just eat so much food for so cheap.
Mm-hmm.
That probably
That
would
was
have
a
been
good
like an $8 buffet deal, right? I mean, that's yeah.
And
Oh,
we
that's
could put
funny.
away some food back in the day.
I believe that.
We used to eat Gruis Farm beef at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. We'd get out. We weren't supposed to have them, but we had George Foreman's in the Coyote Village. We'd grill up some burgers in the room before we go to bed.
Oh yeah, that's
Perfect.
awesome. That's great.
That is great.
Awesome.
All
Well,
right.
Trevor, we appreciate the heck out of you. We really appreciate your support and donation on all this. This is a huge success. So glad you could join us tonight. But we'll let you get on with the rest of your evening here, the rest of this Coyote game. But thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you guys having me on, and thanks for going with my crazy idea. So
absolutely, it was a hit.
Absolutely.
Go Yotes. Now I'll have you guys on in the audio, and I'll have the Yotes on the other half of the screen. So
hey,
perfect.
there you go. Love it.
Go Yotes.
Hey. Thanks, Trevor.
All right, boys.
Down there. So there you go. USD beef is better than the SDSU beef for sure.
Right.
And I definitely sparked that little debate on Twitter when hyping up this show.
All day, every day, and twice on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So real quick, should we tease our next one? Our next moneymaker?
That's up to you. I'm good either way.
I mean, I think we should at least talk about it so it's out there, because we're still working on the logistics of what it looks like in the fundraising realm. But we have our next prize figured out. So once we get that sorted out, there'll be more to it. But right now we have 4 tickets for the Southern Illinois football game. And I feel like that one, and
and
or you say, I don't know how much you're much you're teasing or what you want to do here, Jake. But I'm just listening.
Then
let's just say it's very easy to get there. So
very, very quick, very fast.
Yeah, we're still working on the full logistics of how it's all gonna work out. But yeah, this is could be a huge opportunity, something to keep an eye out for, maybe even a special announcement episode again.
No, and Dan.
So keep your ears peeled, because this one could be a fun one. I'm really excited about this new one that we have coming down the pipeline. So let's go ahead and get into the UND game.
All right, let's do it. 26-21. We got something we have to address, Grant. Get this out of the way right away here.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, let's go.
This is Jake's favorite portion of the show.
Oh, man. This is bittersweet, Grant, and we knew it would be.
Hey, I think my closing comments was, I want to be wrong so badly.
Yes,
about this game.
It was, please prove us wrong.
Please prove us wrong. I want to be wrong. But here we are. There's the 2 clowns picking against the Yotes, and there's Jake. That's what can I say? We were so wrong. We were so wrong, and I'm so glad.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
And yeah, for all the people watching, following along live, please get in the chat and absolutely make fun of these.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, go ahead and
get it out.
Just feel free to dunk on me and Mitch. Really, probably till about Wednesday, maybe, and then my head's going to start, switching to a game that's coming up this weekend that we're all interested in, but feel free. Yeah. Shots.
Hashtag Team J here from Sarah at Allie saying there's been no truer pictures have been shown on the show. Yeah, absolutely. No. Hey, can I defend my position for 1 second?
No.
Can I just say that this whole I told you guys after the Illinois State game the vibes were off. And so what did I do? This past weekend, guys? Saturday. Here's the list. I made a quick list. I drove a different car. I would drive the same car. You guys know I'm superstitious, so I always do the same thing every weekend. Drove a different car. I did not tailgate. I went to Mr. Smith. Shout out Mr. Smith. No free shout outs. And then I also went into the Dome 15 minutes later than I normally do. I sat in a different seat. I switched it up. Instead of seat 8, I went seat 7. And I didn't bring the Dome flag or the coyote fur. So I I predicted a blowout. All that to reverse psychology, guys. So you're welcome, Coyote Nation.
Reverse psychology.
I just totally changed up my entire routine. Different vibes.
Well, on that same note, Mitch, since we're talking about this, as we talked about, I was not at the game. I was in Arizona.
Grant just didn't show up. That's how he switched it up.
Yeah, that's how I switched up. I just didn't. So at a good friend of mine's wedding in Arizona, so I missed the game completely. I couldn't tell you guys how many text messages I got during the game that said, "You're not allowed back in the dome. This is the whole reason we're winning is because you're not there. Don't come to." I mean, 20 different text messages from different people that said, "I'm not welcome back." So clearly I'm the problem. So I see what you're saying, Mitch. Like, I guess we got to switch something up. Apparently I have to go back to Arizona this weekend to watch from afar, because that's apparently the secret formula.
Well, see, that's the issue, right? Because I'm superstitious. So, like, do I do the same thing, or do I just totally go back to the old routine, or somewhere in the middle?
Well, and that will be our new fundraising for just this week, a short-term fundraising. We gotta pay for Grant's ticket back to Arizona. He just has to go to the airport.
I just have to go
and
to the
he comes back when the game's done.
That's exactly right. But yeah, I could hardly watch the game on my phone because everyone was texting me, stay in Arizona, not welcome back. This is because of you.
That's awesome. Here we go. We got James and Lauren. And oh, by the way, shout out to them because they called the safety. They were one of the ones that called the safety in this game. So that is pretty cool. But yeah, the turf, the home turf, the magic turf, absolutely.
Everybody was giving me a hard time about how you get to 23. And I said, I don't know, but we'll get there. And we got there. Then we went over.
Matt wore the special hat. Hey, whatever it takes. That's what I'm saying. Like, you do whatever it takes here.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's go. What stood out? Where do we need to improve? Players of the game, all that fun stuff, guys. 26-21 in front of what they're calling 6,809 fans. Yeah, I guess you guys want to look at the scoring summary, or where do you guys want to start here?
Well, I mean, we can definitely start on the what stood out part because
there's a lot to unpack on that.
It all stood out.
Point.
The entire team stood out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's start it off right. You got a true freshman safety getting the scoring right, and Jaden Brown blocking a punt and having it bounce out the back of the end zone for our first safety. Then let's turn it around to the very next play. Is it Braden White?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Returning the free kick, another true freshman, returning it all the way down to UND's 20 to get everything rolling. So going young, uncorking everything, and getting us rolling in the right direction. Shout out to the kids because they definitely woke up the dome for us.
Yeah, there's a ton of freshmen that were making plays in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Grant, your thoughts? What stood out?
Yeah, I think Jake nailed it, right? Momentum early is exactly what we had to have in this game. This was not, we talked about on the show, we could not afford to go down 14-0 and let UND, get rolling. Quite the opposite, right? We took the reins, we took control early. Maybe we'll hit on a little bit earlier, but we also talked about pregame, like, if we're going to find a way to win this game, it's going to take some unique things. We're going to need maybe a score on defense. We're going to maybe need a special team score, right? Like, we're going to need all hands on deck for that. And that is exactly what we got. And it's exactly what we needed to win. So as I was watching the game, of course, I was having a good time, but I was also so sad that I wasn't at the dome, because even through my phone, you could feel like the energy in the dome. Like, to raise a comment here, he said loudest 6,800 fans. 100%. Like, at the end of the game, watching on TV, which I don't get to do very often, it is really, really loud, even watching it on the Midco feed. Like, that last quarter, people were in it. So it's games like this that can turn a season around, and we got it at the most critical, perfect time.
It did remind me a lot of the Youngstown State game a few years ago. Obviously, it wasn't high octane, high scoring by any means, but the crowd was rocking it. Everybody was fully into it. Per usual, I did not sit down, but that's nothing new. But I feel like a lot of people around me didn't even sit down for most of it. So, I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. Everybody was in the right state of mind, and we had a ton of fun during it.
Yeah, and so for what stood out, guys, was just this team looked totally different. I mean, you could tell from the get-go they came out with more juice. They came out pissed off and ready to play. And I know the first play didn't go so hot with Bo Ryan getting run over by their kick returner there, and I hope he's okay, by the way. Really, from that point on, though, I mean, holy moly! Like this looked like an entirely different team, and on all three phases of the team, not just one side. And it wasn't just defense, offense, defense, special teams, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I want to say it, and I want to say it early and often. Two guys that we've really needed to step up recently to really take the defense over the top was DeJuan Lewis, for one. And we gave him his flowers last week because it was a fantastic game. What's he do with those flowers? But goes and gets Defensive Player of the Week for the Missouri Valley this week on an unbelievable scoop and score where he even had the right thought process to get his knee off the ground before he scooped the ball up to run it back. But the one that we've been waiting for, knew he had it in him. He just needed that play to uncork everything, all of his capabilities. But Rulian Stewart, RJ Stewart,
RJ, let's go.
Getting his first career pick. And you know what? After he got that pick, he had the swag. That kid was bringing it. Oh, all right. Bye, Grant. I don't know if Grant just wanted to run away from comments on RJ here, but no, honestly, we needed it. The kid has all the talent in the world, and we knew he was stupid athletic, but now the pieces are coming together, and that was his breakout game. So, and again, another young pup, redshirt freshman on that one. So,
yeah, and there he goes. He's back. I was gonna say too, this game was, I said it during the game to people who sit next to me, but like it felt like the game was drunk. I mean, it literally had everything that you could imagine and then some in terms of the actual plays that were happening, the penalties, the dirty hits, after the play stuff between players and the refs having to throw a ton of personal foul flags in this game. It had everything you could possibly want and then some.
Absolutely. Well, and then even add in Fenner pulling his own Stephon Diggs down the sideline for the Minneapolis Miracle.
That was
two defenders taking themselves out, and he walks into the end zone untouched. It was unbelievable. One thing I need to ask is, what does it take to get Fenner to have 6 catches in a game?
Right.
This kid, let's just take a look at his last few games. Murray State, 3 for 108. UNI, 3 for 84. Illinois State, 4 for 65. UND, 2 for 83. Oh. And all the kid does is score touchdowns.
He's leading. I think he's leading. I know he's leading the Valley, but he might be leading all of FCS in yards per play, by the way. I mean, he's like close to 40 yards a catch.
That skill set and that presence is so terrifying for other teams too. Knowing that guy, like if that guy gets the ball in his hands, he's likely, right? Like you look at the statistics, he's likely going to score a touchdown on you. That's a very scary proposition, right? To your point, Jake, is like, how do we get him the ball more, right?
What's he up to, Jake? Like 8 or 10 touchdowns now this year?
According to ESPN, he's at 7.
Okay.
So that's what I'm just kind of going off of right now. He has 24 catches for 7 touchdowns.
Okay.
Here's the thing, though. He absolutely should have had another touchdown. UND just punked out on a play.
Tackled him, tripped him, whatever that was.
No, it wasn't a trip. It was a full-on, I got cooked. I'm going to make sure this guy doesn't score.
Yeah.
Which,
fortunately, it was a very heady play on the corner's part. I hate to say that because it's kind of a crappy rule for college that way, but
absolutely,
he made the right decision, unfortunately.
Yeah. He was cooked.
If I'm a UND fan, I celebrate that one, hanging in the Louvre kind of thing, because at the moment you're like, oh, that just saved the game potentially for us here. But as a USD fan, I was ready to jump out of the stands. That was it frustrates me that you take the cheap way out kind of thing, but it is what it is. Here we are. We're still looking at 26-21. I mean, the opportunities are there. Again, we can get a little frustrated with the offense only scoring 19 points, right? No,
14,
14 points.
17 if you count
Seven.
Will's field goal in there.
Yeah, Will's field goal counts. So 17 still.
Yeah.
But what were you preaching leading up to that game too, Mitch? It's one of the best defenses in FCS.
Yeah, they were. I mean, the statistics didn't lie. I mean, on paper, they were the top 5, top 10 defense there. So we knew scoring was going to be tough. But I tell you what, since we're talking about offense, the O-line, guys, the O-line got a push. And we said we were going to have to run the ball. You can't abandon it. And we did. And I think LJ got to, did he get to 100 or he was close?
106.
Okay. Yeah. So he got over 100, got his touchdown. Yeah, that was absolutely huge. But I thought the O-line, and it was kind of a patchwork O-line. It's not the starting O-line that we've come accustomed to. You've got 2 freshmen in there, right, with Jacob Arope, and then I think you had Brendan Crisp in there this week too.
Yeah, Crispy was getting some playing time here and there. They were kind of rotating in and out, so it is what it is. But Crisp was looking good too. He was getting his footing. And again, let's talk about it some more. Redshirt freshman holding down the tackle positions, the 2 most important spots on the O-line, and they're headed by redshirt freshmen.
Yeah.
Again, let's keep talking about not just current, but the future is looking bright with what this team is throwing on the field right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this one thing I noticed too with Aiden, we talked about him kind of throwing off his back foot a lot previously in the season, but this game, guys, you didn't see that. He had time to step up. I think we gave up 2 sacks. One of them ended up being a horse collar
4.
penalty, but was it 4?
Oh, I guess, yeah, if you take away the horse collar.
Take away the horse collar. But yeah, so I felt like in this game, he had time, and that's not something that we've seen, a lot. And so I've seen some of those deep shots connect more, and he had time and the space to step up in the pocket. He didn't have to throw off his back foot. And so that, to me, was a noticeable difference in this game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Mitch, to your point, it led to a really efficient game from Aiden, too. Again, we've talked about that. He's never been one that's going to put up 400 passing yards in a game. That's just not the style of football we play, right? But he's 14 of 20, 173 yards and a touchdown, averaging 8.7 yards a pass. I mean, that's a very, very efficient game, and I think you're right. Seems like he was very comfortable in the pocket.
Yeah, and he spread it around too. You saw a lot of different guys catch balls, a couple of running backs involved, and Javion Phelps had a Javion Phelps sighting. Yeah, been calling for that on this show for a while. I feel like he's kind of the safety blanket, because last year they started to develop something late in the season there. So I've been calling for that, and then we opened up the playbook, took more shots, and hey, we rolled out the Wildcat too. By the way,
yes,
welcome back, Wildcat.
Big fan of the Wildcat, as you guys know, especially with the personnel we have on this roster. I think I'd love to see more of it. I know there's a few times like we got stuffed on the one for the touchdown, which is a little disappointing, and ran the Wildcat quite a few times out of that. But I'm hoping we don't get away from it, because I think we have some good personnel to execute on that.
Yes, absolutely. And now with Fletcher really coming on strong, again, true freshman, I feel like I'm just going to start pointing that out for every player we talk about now at this point. But Fletcher and LJ, it does feel like we're kind of slipping back to last season, where we had a little thunder and lightning in the backfield, and the opportunities to run the similar offense is coming back. So it'll be great. Playbook was 100% open in a sense, but yeah, I think it comes back to Coach Morrison trusting the O-line.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to go to a comment here real quick from Tyler.
Say, Mitch, I was just hoping you're going to highlight that, because you and I talked about this.
Yes.
I was going to maybe do a little parroting here of what I told you, Mitch, because I got to see it on TV, and I don't know if you guys maybe saw all this, but
yeah, go ahead.
This was right down in front of me.
Yeah. So Tyler's comment, just to frame it up here, looked like Aiden was chirping the defender who hit him late out of bounds, and that's he definitely took one for the team there on that run.
He did. And just for some context for folks who maybe didn't see it on TV, just because I don't typically get that view of it on TV, but this is actually, not only is it a fiery play from Aiden, but it's actually a really heady play from Aiden, because what happened on that play, he gets hit out of bounds on our sideline, which when you're a defender, typically you're
there's some dudes coming in a hurry.
Yeah, you're just conceding the 15-yard penalty, and you're going to get your retaliation on the guy, right? Especially when it's QB1.
Yep.
that started to happen. You can see the sideline players start to go at this UND player, and Aiden pops right up and gets in between our players and that defender, not only as a way to say, like, guys, don't get the 15-yarder, right? But then as he's doing it, he's following that guy and chirping him all the way, and you can just see everybody getting fired up. And I was like, that was so good to see, because it's such a good double-sided way to do that, right? It's not only saying, hey, don't get the 15-yard guys, but also I'm going to let him hear about it. And he was just riding him all the way out to the field, and you could just see his head in that helmet barking at that guy. So kudos to Aiden on that, because one, we like the fire, but also two is
Smart.
not letting it offset on those penalties, right? Because you see that happen so often because the guys just can't help themselves.
Well, and there is no room when that UND player is on our sideline. Like, there is nothing. You are in it instantly.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, you're 100% right on that one. So
I'm going to cut in here and just thank Coyote Den for reposting this stream. We appreciate that. Yeah. All right. So offense, anything else on offense, guys? Because I think, I don't know, going for it. How about the decisions to go for it? Went for it twice on 4th down.
Yeah. I mean, beginning of the game, you have all the game to play with afterwards. You needed a spark right away to start. So going for it, it was a win-win opportunity for us. You score, that's a win.
Especially with what transpired, right? I mean, you had the safety, the safety, and then a kick return touchdown, and then touchdown shortly after. So yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And then so you don't score the touchdown on that 4th and 1. And I swear, when they set that ball,
dude, it was so close. It was right there.
When they set the ball for the first down for UND, I'm 99% sure the tip of the ball was touching the white line of the end zone. And I'm like, that's a touchdown. Like, you can't do that. But yeah, and then you followed up with Jaden Brown blocking the punt, which that's not what I was anticipating happening. It was just more you playing the solid field position. You're going to be around the
back at the 50, 45
line.
Yep.
Exactly. And so, yeah, I mean, it went as perfect as you could anticipate for not scoring the touchdown on the 4th down.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, that's also too, I feel like that's one of the things that Coach Johansson's most passionate about is field position, right? As a defensive guy, that's kind of his, I think it's in his DNA, talking about winning the field position game. And that's something this week, it couldn't have been more opposite from what happened last week with Illinois State, right? He talked about how we were constantly trying to overcome field position. We were getting long fields, they were getting short fields, and that's pretty much the opposite of what happened this week. It seemed like we always had a short field to work with. We were putting them in really tough positions. And that's how this team thrives, right? Like I don't want to oversimplify it, but it felt like once we got that lead, I believe it was 26-7 midway through the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Felt really good about that because of that, right? Like Johansson and defensively, we really thrive in that position where it's like, okay, we have a couple scores. We can scheme this up to a way where we can finish this game out. And that's, I mean, exactly what happened.
Yeah, but shout out to UND. So you go down 26-7 on your rival's field, backs against the wall, and what do they respond with? 11 plays, 4-minute drive for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, they scored 2 touchdowns in 6 minutes. I was keeping track of that game clock.
Yep. Yeah, it did not take long and you're a little off on that one, but hey, we'll give you it's all right. I guess if you're going from when they walked into the end zone, but
yes, from touchdown to touchdown. Yes,
and then forcing 5 plays and punt from us, only gaining 13 yards, and then they scored another touchdown in just 4 plays, and all of a sudden, Grant and Mitch started smiling because they were about to be right again in the prediction.
Oh, stop it! No. Get out of here!
No, I was ready to puke. I was getting nervous.
I know. I'm in a group chat with you. No, so it was fantastic. We needed it. And I'm going to pull back the question that I asked at the beginning of the show, but how crazy is it that just one Saturday can change the outlook of an entire season for not 1, but 2, maybe even 3 fan bases?
Yeah. I mean,
for us, it was, we're so back. That was the feeling coming out of that one.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's like we said. I mean, we've talked about playoff scenarios and all of that, but it was backs against the wall, and I think that's what I was the most curious to see is how was the team going to respond after a brutal loss to Illinois State, where you're like, we beat them in every category except the score.
Yep.
So it would be easy to fold and look up and be like, oh my gosh, UND's coming into town. They're good, top 10 team, like. But they didn't. Like they responded in a way, like in such a good way, and then to that point had a game almost similar to how Illinois State won, right? Just taking opportunities, making the most of them, field position, all of that. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
It is. Yeah, and then now you get the UND, the Nashville-bound team that they were talking about, and now
they
having
might not make the playoffs. There's
Well,
a
I won't take
scenario
that
where
away
there's a scenario where they don't make the playoffs.
But they do have some tough games up ahead, and now you're questioning if they get home field advantage, and what do you know? UND can't win on the road. So it just comes back out of them. And then you got our next week's opponent choking one away at home to one of the worst teams in the Missouri Valley. Their season looks 180 degrees different now. So this is going to be fun tail end of the season. Every game counts even more now.
Hey, and we kind of called that. We said this last 4-game stretch of the season is going to be super critical. It's critical for a completely different reason from what we thought. To your point, like, you know, our backs are kind of against the wall. But
I was just gonna bring that up.
I just was looking at that too. Is that heading to OT? It looks like for the men's game, huh?
Yeah, a little overtime in the SCSC.
Trevor
our
Gruis.
special guest is now commenting on our show.
Appreciate that update too.
It is. That is. Yeah. I gotta now I need to flip this thing on. But we but no, it's the end of the season now is so critical, but now it's almost like again, we'll talk about it more on Thursday, but like a lot of teams are in a tight race, right? You think about us, UND, State, Youngstown, Illinois State. It is tight and competitive. It's been in the Missouri Valley especially last year after it being so top heavy and being awful at the bottom. So it's exciting.
Yeah. It's definitely more saturated, watered down. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but all of these games are important. Southern Illinois is going to be watching us very closely for how we do against State.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to get us back on track here for the UND game real quick.
Yeah.
Just a couple of shout outs. I'm going to put those up on the screen. I'm not going to read through them, but I want to talk defense just for a quick second because we heard about Jerry Football, as he was called up in Grand Forks.
Yep.
And how he was having an amazing season. 22 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Guys, we got him rattled. After that first interception by RJ, he was not the same quarterback the rest of the way. And I credit a lot of that to the defensive line because I felt like we had pressure on him pretty much the entire game.
Can I tell you something wild?
And Niall Dickel played with his hair on fire.
Yes. The wildest part about the entire defensive line, though, is we still had 0 sacks.
Yeah, but
it felt like they were one of the biggest contributors to the game.
Caused all of the turnovers, and the Big Dixon elbow fumble or punch, however he popped that ball out.
It was with his elbow. Absolutely wild.
So this defense, guys, I mean, they created a ton of havoc on Saturday, and so I just want to call out those guys, and then obviously Seatbelt Lewis, right, for the scoop and score. You mentioned that, but Mikey Munn too on that final drive. Laying out full extension. Full extension. I think we actually have I'm gonna skip ahead here for sake of time, but we've got some photos coming of that, and that's one of the photos is that play because that saved a touchdown in that moment. And so just everybody on defense, I mean, they were flying around, they were super aggressive, and defensive coordinator too. Shout out Kirch, right? Billy Kirch. He dialed up some blitzes on those final 2 drives, guys, that were literally timed perfectly in play call and execution by those late blitzers coming in from, I don't know, safety position, linebacker, whatever it was. I mean, he was mixing it up, and that was executed beautifully.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and actually, and Coach Johansson even said in his presser that he he let Kirch call those last 2 drives. He said sometimes he kind of, I don't want to say calls it with him, but they're obviously chatting on the sideline, and he said, "Nope, I just let it rip," and obviously it was a huge success. But yeah,
I mean, they shifted from like the classic bend but don't break, give up the underneath stuff to let's just go. Let's send blitzers, various downs, send him pressure, and it worked because all of those passes were affected.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to jump back to the other interception that happened because Matt Walsh with an NFL interception, toe tapping the sideline like that. That was just beautiful.
Perfect.
It was
absolutely perfect.
Yep.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's great. I love that you put the O-line on here because look at that youth on there. That looks fantastic. 3 dudes, very young and very hungry. They're figuring things out. They're gelling. We're heading in the right direction. Obviously, we can't let it get to our heads. We got to continue to play with the same fire and passion. 2 games left to really solidify where we belong come playoff time. So we can't obviously take a playoff, but I'm liking the direction we're heading.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Since football's fun again, I've got some photos for you.
Absolutely. My favorite, I think Jay Elson shared a different photo of Brown blocking it. And in the picture, the football is right on his face mask.
Nice.
That's awesome.
But it was a solid thud. It echoed through the dome. I heard it, and I really wasn't even. It was hard to see from my angle.
I love that. I love Wade's eye black too. That's classic.
See, that punt block photo's got to be photo of the week, in my opinion. That's
absolutely.
That's so great, and that's actually funny. Somebody from my group, again, they were texting me all day, but they said that pump block sounded like a gunshot in the dome. It was so loud, right? Like a boom,
absolutely. Boom. Absolutely. Some other ones for you. How about this one from the sideline celebration after the Fenner touchdown? Just looks like an absolute dog.
Now, one thing I want to give a shout out to, obviously we saw all the pictures leading up to the in the announcement, but how fantastic did these helmets look?
Oh, perfect.
They absolutely crushed it. The video of the story behind it, it was, I don't think you could make the day any more, couldn't make it any better than what it was. So fantastic job all around throughout.
I'm ready to make the stripe permanent. I mean, leave that thing on forever. I love that thing.
Yes.
Let's go.
That's a good looking picture in the bottom right.
Let's go. Yes. Oh man. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Football's fun again, boys. We're so back.
I've been having fun this whole time. You guys were just the party poopers.
Here we go. All right. Players of the game, sponsored by the Carney family. For those that have hung with us, appreciate you. Guys, this one was a no-brainer for me. And I know you agree. Players of the game, it's the entire freaking team. Staff, trainers, coach. I mean, everybody from down to the gals who are the ball girls on the sideline. Everybody.
Mm-hmm. And a special player of the game too, RJ. Kid deserves it. That was a fantastic game. Welcome to the party, buddy. We're gonna have a bright future now.
Absolutely. All right, boys. Anything else for the fine folks?
No, this one was long enough. I feel bad giving them an extra 15 minutes while overtime is also going. So we'll let them get to the game. Coyotes are winning currently. 250 left. Oh, just tied up 70s a piece at 250. So let's go, Yotes. See you guys this weekend and let's have a blast.
Absolutely. We'll see you on Thursday. There's a big game going on this weekend. I don't know if anybody's aware about it, but we're going to do a lot of talking on Thursday too, I'm sure.
Heard there was a game.
Leading up to it too.
You suck, Matt.
Well, as always, go Yotes.
Go Yotes.
Go Yotes.